Question 9. In this question, we are asked to find out the average of x and z. So we simply want to find out the value of x plus z divided by 2. So this is a regular data sufficiency question, and we are again asking ourselves 3 questions. What do I need to find out? I need to find out x plus z divided by 2. So what do I know? So from the question statement, I know that x, y and z are positive numbers. X, y and z are positive. This is what we know. And what else do I need to know? So if anyhow I get x plus z or x, z individually, then I can figure out the value of x plus z divided by 2, which is the average of the two numbers x and z. Okay. Now let us jump to statement 1. So what does statement 1 say? Statement 1 says that x minus y is equals to y minus z, implies that x plus z is equals to 2y. So here we can take any value of y and we can put it over here. Okay, so we won't get a definite answer for x plus z divided by 2. Let us take y, x and z as 333. So if we put 333, then also the statement is sufficient. If we take 100, let us take 100. So if x is 100, z is 100, then y again 100 and 2 into 100 is same. So the equality holds true. So we are getting many different values for x and z and many different values for their averages too. So statement 1 is not sufficient. So whenever statement 1 is not sufficient, we cross AD. Now let us jump to statement 2. What does statement 2 say? Statement 2 says that x square minus y square is equals to z. So here also we can get x and z in terms of y like this, but we won't be able to figure out the exact value of x plus z divided by 2 or x plus z. So statement 2 is also not sufficient. So whenever it is not sufficient, we cross option B. Then the third case where we have to combine statement 1 and statement 2. So it says that x minus z is equals to, or directly I can write this, x plus z is equals to 2y and x square minus y square is equals to z. Okay, so instead of z, I can put it over here and check whether I get something. Okay, x square minus y square, 2y. So x square plus x, let us add 1 on both the sides. This was y square. Okay, y square plus 2y plus 1, which is equals to y plus 1 whole square. So why I brought it in this format? Because now x can be written in the form of y. Okay, now once we get x in the form of y, then from this equation we can find out z also in the form of y, because x is already there in the form of y. Okay, but so this is to say that if we put any value of y over here, it will give a corresponding value of x over here, and that value of x will give us x and y will give us a value of z over here. So there are many indefinitely many values possible for x, y and z. We can put x1 as 1 over here, 1 1 1, and we will get y as y plus 1 square will be 3. So y plus 1 will be root 3 and y will be root 3 minus 1. Similarly, if we put x and y over here, we will get value of z. So if we put 2, x as 2, then there are, in short, there are many values for x and z possible. If we combine them, then also. So together also they are not sufficient to answer our question. So they are not sufficient. And our correct answer will be option number E. I hope that is clear.